So when I have a new project, the biggest thing I do beforehand is to research and decide what I want to do before it starts. I cannot stress that enough, that makes all the difference. So I'll go on Pinterest and Instagram and Houzz, and I'll read magazines, and I'll make note of the things I like. So at the moment I've got a Pinterest board for my new house that we're doing, and every time I see a picture that I like, I'll put that in there. And you find that pretty soon you start to see a pattern. So the things that you like, you'll see the same things coming up every time. So for me with flooring, it was the nice warm tones of the oak. I knew that that's what I wanted, because every house that I looked at, you kind of get a feeling when you see a place that you love, and it's like, yes, that appeals to me, and they all had that look. So firstly, I knew that I wanted oak flooring. I knew what kind of color palette I wanted. And then the first time I came into Choices Flooring, I brought that with me. So I had my phone with my Pinterest board, and I kind of walked around and went, yep, that matches that. So that's how you need to start. So for me, we're designing a family home. So it has to look beautiful, but it also has to be practical for 2 kids and a puppy that we're gonna add to the mix. So it needs to be user-friendly as well. So I was looking at what looked great and what fit the style that I was looking for, and also what was gonna be practical. So for me, rather than going into the store and taking a whole lot of samples home with me, I brought a lot of the things that I had already decided on into the store. So I carry around a little sample bag with me in my boot, and it has the tiles that I've picked out and my paint sample colors and anything else that I've chosen that I definitely know I'm going to put into the house. And then I got all those things and I just held them up against the floorboard samples and the carpet samples. And it's really overwhelming when you walk into a store and there is hundreds and hundreds of choices. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, even for those of us that have done it a lot of times. So by taking in things, and if you have a paint sample, say you've got either a cool white or a warm white on your walls, and you hold it up against those floorboards, you'll be able to see which one matches better and which of the two complement each other. So pre-preparation and taking in samples, or take a sample home with you if you're doing up an existing house, and put it in that room and see how the light reflects and see how it feels in that room. When you're doing your own home, you want to think a little bit about trends, but ultimately it's your place. So you've got to decide, are we decorating and renovating to live here for 20 years? And if so, go to town on what you like. Or are we trying to add resale value? And if so, stick with something that's a little bit more neutral. So something like an oak floor, you can't go wrong. That's going to go with everything. It's going to appeal to everyone. Or perhaps a nice tile. But if you're staying there and things like black floorboards or lime wash floorboards appeal to you, or a slightly different tile or a carpet that's a little bit different, go for it. But if you're thinking about resale, you can't go wrong with neutral. So a nice floorboard, or quite a neutral tile, or creams, or even a grey, a dark charcoal grey is really a new neutral. And that makes it nice and easy for anyone that's buying your place to bring their look into your home.